Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and have ourselves a drink.
All right, and with that, we are back in the lobby bar for the week of March the 24th, 2025. Brian and Michaela here with you. And Michaela, I got a picture from you last week. It was a picture from one of your favorite places in the whole wide world. It was the liquor store closest to your house. And they were doing one of your favorite things in the whole world, and that was tasting some gins. So, Michaela, how are you doing? And tell everyone all about all the gins.
Oh my gosh. Four Pillars is an Australian gin company. And I fell in love with them about 5 years ago. It was right at the first part of our first, uh, you know, spring of our cocktail podcast life, right? Our life journey. I
Okay.
wanted a gin that didn't taste like gin because I didn't know enough about gins at the time. And they
Mm,
have a very famous cocktail gin called a Bloody Shiraz, which basically is a gin that is made with juniper berries because in order to be gin, it has to have a certain amount of juniper. That's what they get the alcohol from. But it was
hmm
mixed with this beautiful Australian Shiraz. So it's like this really red ruby color, but it has a very definitive taste. And it's usually what they offer to folks who don't love gin. Now they have a regular, like their classic style gin, which is very like a London dry kind of gin style. But then they have a Navy strength, um, like a barrel strength gin. But yesterday, was it yesterday? I guess it wasn't yesterday because that was Sunday. But 2 days ago, I went in and they had tastings for these two new offerings. One was this olive branch, and it was super savory. And I got you a bottle because I
Ooh,
want
okay.
you to taste it in a martini because
Yeah.
it's absolutely
Yeah.
delicious.
The
And
olive
then I
leaf, I
also
think it's
got you a
called.
bottle
Olive
of the
leaf.
yuzu. Olive
Oh,
leaf,
okay.
yes, olive
Okay.
leaf, yeah, it's amazing. And this and the but the one that we're gonna talk most about, I think, today is the yuzu flavored gin. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's a Japanese citrus fruit. It's kind of like a lemon. It looks kind of like a lemon because it's yellow, um,
Yep.
but it is delicious. This by itself sold me. I had like I could not get enough bottles off the shelf of the Yuzo. And so, in pure Brian fashion, I had to try both of these in both a gin and tonic and a gin
hmm
martini just to see how it went.
That's right. Yeah. Anytime I get a new bottle of gin, I always throw it into a martini and throw it into a gin and tonic just so I can kind of see what the botanical, like, I guess, composition is, see how that's going to work. And then you can kind of, then pick and choose. Like some gins are better for certain cocktails than other gins and so on and so forth. So, yeah, that's always a good idea. And yeah, these gins looked amazing. I've seen the Shiraz barrel one a time or two, and it looks like a slow gin. You've tried it now. Would you compare it to that? Is it comparable? To that sloe gin, which is made with
Yeah,
sloe berries, but they're kind of grape-like, I guess.
yeah, it's less sweet, I would say. I felt it to be much drier than the slow gin. Slow gin almost had a like this deep berry, um,
Mm, yeah, it's
almost
very
like
fruit
a
forward. Yeah.
yeah, very fruit forward. And the Shiraz had like this beautiful kind of tannic structure at the back of it, but it was much more dry to me. Like um it was definitely, and it was not sweet. It was
Okay.
definitely like I don't know how to really explain it. It was more fruit forward than gin would normally be without it, but I definitely wouldn't say that was like a slow gin. Slow gin for me is almost like it's so fruity, it can almost be jammy, and this was not
Yeah.
that.
It's kind of syrupy, kind of syrupy. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you sent me these pictures of these. So I was like, that's good. We should talk about that today on the lobby bar here, this tasting. And then I went onto their website on fourpillars.gin.com to see what kind of cocktails they had. And they were featuring their current like seasonal cocktail, I guess, on the website is for a yuzu gin fizz. And I'm like, that sounds really good. So I'm definitely going to try that when I get that bottle from you for sure. But I thought for the lobby bar, what we could do is just go ahead and talk about the regular old gin fizz because I don't think we've ever really done one of those here on the podcast, and it is a super old, super classic cocktail. So you can make it this way, and then if you get your hands on a bottle of yuzu gin, or if you have another like local gin distillery that makes like a different like flavored gin, you could definitely use that. But we're just going to be making a regular old gin fizz here today. So Michaela, this is pretty old, as I mentioned. It first appeared in Jerry Thomas's The Bartender's Guide from 1876. But in the original recipe, it called for a whole egg, right? So the yolk and all. I don't know about all of that, but over the last 150 years or so, we've trimmed that down. We're just using the egg white today. So into a shaker tin goes 2 ounces of gin, 1 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, and one egg white. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and shake that, dry shake in your shaker tin, and then add some ice, give it another shake, and then go ahead and double strain that into like a coupe glass or like a martini glass. Probably a coupe glass would be good for this one here. And then or a tall like Collins glass, and then you can top
Mm.
that with some club soda to give it a little bit of effervescence, and it's going to have that creamier, kind of consistency from the egg white. If you are going to be using either the yuzu gin or a different flavored gin, I would go ahead and maybe throw in like a dash of bitters in there. It's going to give it a little bit more backbone to kind of compensate for the lower alcohol that you tend to get in into a flavored gin. So that is the Gin Fizz. Have you ever had a Gin Fizz? You might have had a Ramos Gin Fizz, which is a different drink altogether and a little bit more complicated than a lobby bar drink. But what about a regular old Gin Fizz? It's like a Tom Collins, but fizzy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's basically Tom Collins, and you add some soda to the top of it, right? Like, it's just, yeah. I like a gin fizz. I've heard of like a gin fizz slash lime Ricky that's supposed to be
Okay.
great.
Okay. Hmm.
That's like a northeastern by like the girl who drank it a lot that I knew of. She turned me on to the gin fizz with a dash of lime in it. And she called it a lime Ricky, and she said it was Boston. It was from Boston. So I don't know if that's true or not. Don't quote me there, but that's where I first was introduced into it. The egg white used to scare me when I was in my
Mm.
20s and didn't know any better. But now that just means creamy goodness. It's so tasty. It's my favorite now. If it's got egg white in it, I'm definitely ready for it, you know?
You have embraced the egg white, yeah, for sure, absolutely. So that is the Gin Fizz. Go ahead and mix one of those up, or if you've tried any of the Four Pillars gin, let us know what you thought about those. We'd like to hear what you thought about those because Michaela certainly liked them from her tasting, at least by all accounts here. So
Oh
let's talk
yeah.
about movies here a little bit, Michaela. Box office, Snow White leads the way with $43 million here. It's close to about $100 million worldwide after its opening weekend. So we'll see how that carries on here over the next couple of weeks because there's not a lot of competition coming out. We'll talk about that here more in a second. Black Bag, Captain America, Brave New World, Mickey 17, and Novocaine round out the rest of the top five there. So let's talk about what's coming out. Snow White's not even worth talking about. You can't get a read on it because there's no like good faith reporting on any of the stuff about Snow White. So I don't know. Go see it if you want to see it. I might wait. I'll probably wait until it's streaming and check it out just so I can see what's the
One
deal with
one
it
thing
there.
we can say from a reportability standpoint that we can confirm is that the budget was 240, and that's the low end, 240 to 270
Mm,
million dollars, and the box
okay.
office so far has been 87.3. So, um not great. Not a great moneymaker. Perhaps a great movie. So go see it if you want to support it. Go see it if you want to see it.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, a long way to break even on that one. So I don't know. It's been a whole debacle. And like I said, it's hard to even like get a read on it because of there's no like good faith talking about Snow White's out there for sure. I don't think so. Let's talk about some movies coming out. There's not a lot really, to be quite honest. The only one that was notable this week, I thought, Michaela, and we saw the preview for it. It looked cute as all get out. It's probably going to be sad on some level too, but it is called The Penguin Lessons. That stars Steve Coogan there in that one, and a cute little penguin. Jonathan Price is in it as well. He's teaching in like Argentina or something and befriends a little penguin. Who doesn't love that? Everyone could use a little penguin friend, right?
That's right. I mean, this is definitely this reminds me of like my octopus teacher, but it's a penguin instead. Uh yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be cute. It's probably something horrible is gonna happen to the penguin. I could just feel it. I mean, I hope I'm
Yeah.
wrong. I hope everything's fine. But who
I think it's
knows?
based on a true story, so that's good. That's good. We'll see how that goes. A complete unknown. If you did not get a chance to see that, that is going to be out to stream, I believe, on Hulu this week, and then a TV show. We haven't really talked about it, but got a lot of buzz lately. The wife and I binged through all four of the episodes this week. It is Adolescence. It is staggeringly good. The first episode of Adolescence might be the best television thing that I've ever seen in my whole life. It's incredible. It's real, not like a happy watch on any level, so bear that in mind. But it is really, really good. It stars Stephen Graham here playing the father of this boy who gets arrested for murder. So you can go ahead and watch that. But Stephen Graham is excellent. I always remember him as shoot, Al Capone in Boardwalk Empire there. So yeah, check this one out, Michaela. You're gonna have to be ready. It's like a gut punch, but it's real good. It's probably gonna do real good come uh, the
Anytime.
TV ones anytime. It's going to do really good come anytime. So adolescents, have you heard anything about this? Is this the first you're hearing about this? You've been
Yes.
busy, so.
I've been, yeah, it's been an interesting time in my life. But no, so no, I will say this. Okay, I saw the print of it. So I saw the poster.
Okay.
Um, and I don't even know where I saw it, but I remember seeing it and thinking, this is not going to be about a child who's going through puberty. This is going to be something much darker. And
Mm.
I have to
Hmm.
say, hearing your description of it, it's like centers around a 13-year-old boy who's arrested for murder. That's insane. Like that just sounds like it's gonna put me in all the feelings anyway, having a child myself. So I can't wait to see it. Now I'm going to go binge it right now. I'm going to quit this podcast. I'm going to hang up and I'm going to go watch it. Because for those of you who are fairly new to listening to us, Brian is always the one who picks the good TV series and he tells me about it. I wait on it for like 3 years and then I start watching
Mm.
it and send him a text in the middle of the night after a martini and is like, this is the best thing ever. And he's like, welcome to the club. You're 3 years late. So,
Well, that's
um,
right. Yeah, Michaela will ask me questions about specific episodes, and I'm like, I don't know, because I watched it 3 years ago. But what I watched last week, Michaela, was Mickey 17. We watched that. We talked about it on the podcast. That was a good time. I had a really good cocktail for that one too. It was tea based, which was kind of strange. This week we have a cocktail that is also very excellent. Very much for looking forward to mixing up another couple of these and talking about maybe the most beloved of all of the Gene Hackman movies. I don't know. We'll talk about that too. But we're going to be talking about Hoosiers this week too honor the late Gene Hackman. So, Michaela, I think that is going to wrap it up here for the lobby bar this week. So go make yourself a Gin Fizz. Try that out with the yuzu gin. Now that you have a bottle of that,
mm.
so try that out. Let us know what you think about that next week, and we'll talk to everyone next week in the lobby bar.